Shit. All right, cool. That's going. That's a plus. Double check it on the things.
Yeah.
And, oh, nope. Subscriptions. Nice. It's up.
All right, we're going.
Okay. That's going. I'm going to turn that down. Make sure that's off. And then... All right, ready to actually start the audio for the podcast?
Yes.
All
I
right.
think I'm ready.
All right. All right, cool. Hopefully no one's watching.
Who would be?
I don't know.
Maybe my dad and Daisy. Scarlett.
Are they up there?
Yeah.
I thought you were watching that. It was like during a break for gear.
Well, I'm relieving my dad
Oh, right after this.
right after this, yeah.
Does he have golf tonight or something?
No, but like
I don't even know what today
we
is.
just figured like it's nice to split up the days so someone's not there all day long.
Mm.
You know, like he got there at 9 or whatever, so I was like, well, I'll come down after for lunch because they eat lunch around like noon, 12:30.
Yeah. Try and get
And
through.
yeah, so I'll get up there so he can go home, and then I'll cut Gary's grass for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get some tunes. Do you put on some tunes?
I don't. That would be a good idea.
Oh, I don't do anything without music.
Yeah.
If I could handle, if I could pull it off.
Right. Yeah, but see, like...
Not related. We're not talking on anything, but I used to put at work, I'd have a gator, like the big gator mask.
Uh-huh.
And I'd just pop my headphone in.
Yeah.
I'd have one in.
Yeah, see, if I was playing... Or like, yeah, well, headphones, yeah, but like, see, you can't golf with like headphones in.
Yeah, you could do
Or
cause I have the in the ear ones.
Yeah, see, like those, the buds, like they don't stick in my ears; they like fall out.
All right, let's switch back to this. R4 Sense round 7.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Exciting stuff too.
Was it?
No, no.
It was a good start. We're just no. I mean, it was cool though.
Absolutely, yeah. I was
cool.
fine with that tournament. I enjoyed watching it, but I mean, clearly, you can't pretend like they're all going to be the Masters. So
Yeah. Stewart Sink though, which
Yeah.
I called it a blast from the past.
Well, it was. He had been winning this tournament 20 years ago when he had hair,
Yeah,
and now he's back doing it. You know,
but he
so-
just won in 2020.
which I don't think either of us
No, I
had
no idea.
known.
No.
Yeah,
No.
when they mentioned that he was a winner this year, I was like, when?
Yeah.
Why?
Did I care?
Where?
Where was this going on? Was it in Punta Cana? No, it was the Safeway Open. It
Right,
wasn't-
yeah, it was just a...
I mean, it was a pretty important event for him. Both of them were. Both events were very important for him, but
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because we were just talking about him in terms of being irrelevant and, you know, his hat
the
tan line.
Yeah, the tan line. I thought that was really funny that we doubled down on Stewart Sink on various things, and then he was like,
And not about his golf game at all.
no, had nothing to do with his golf game. But there he is.
Yeah, and like he went wire to wire, you know, and I mean he goes 8 under 2 days in a row to start things off.
36-hole scoring record, which beat Jack's and Phil's record because they were tied.
Okay.
So he beat that, which is cool. That's impressive.
It absolutely is impressive.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, it wasn't much drama. It was kind of like the Masters in a sense where it was like, all right, well, he's just got to lose it.
Yeah.
And you kind of hoped he was going to in a sense. You're like, well, make this somewhat interesting so I have something to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see some competitive aspects of it. But, you know, I decided he won it, and I went out and played golf.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we're good. All right, see ya. See you, bud.
Knew exactly what was going to happen because he was just so steady the entire tournament. I saw him in trouble one time.
Yeah.
Like he was in the woods and he chipped out into the fairway, but then his approach was right on there and he ended up making par. So the one time I saw him in trouble,
It wasn't even trouble.
Yeah, he just comfortably got a par.
Right.
It was fine. Which is nice to see. That's the way you got to play that course, I think. Because it's not a long course.
And it's
tight. It's just accuracy.
Right.
And I think clearly that's what golf is, and that's important for any course. But there are courses where length comes at a premium, where Bryson, for example,
will shine.
Yeah, he will shine. And, it wasn't surprising that he didn't play in this tournament because that course is not conducive to his game.
No. It'd probably be a good test for him.
Yeah, it would.
But he's probably back in the lab right now. He was like, I'm done with the Masters. I got to figure this thing out for next year.
He's got his Bunsen burner going.
Yep.
He's he's
mixing chemicals and
he's got his microscope and all this crazy shit just to.
Wouldn't that be fun? You know how how pitchers in baseball or the batters how they put pine tar.
Yeah.
If there was a player that ended up putting something on their ball.
Oh yeah, or a spitball.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I can see.
If anyone did it, it'd be Reed.
It would be, yeah, absolutely.
Bryson would be smart enough to know what to do. Reed would actually do it.
Right.
They're a dangerous combination.
Oh yeah.
We can't get those two together.
No. It's always fun if they're near each other in on a leaderboard, and they might be paired up there. Now I've gotten sap on my ball a lot of times.
Oh, I have too, not intentionally.
Of course, right. And I wonder if it helps or hurts the ball in terms of any type of action.
That'd be a good little little study.
Yeah, because it's noticeable, the stickiness of it, and you wonder if it grips at all during contact.
Well, even if after the contact, if you're on a green,
well, they have through flight and everything too. The aerodynamics have to be affected by it.
I just meant when it lands on it. If you're hitting a relatively short chip and it hits the ground, it's got to grab. It's sticky. It's going to slow it down.
It would have to some extent.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist.
Well, we're still waiting on Bryson to contact the show. So
yeah. Oh, that's a good question. We have this one on the back burner.
Oh yeah.
We'll have this
the
ready.
Back Bunsen burner.
Yeah, the back Bunsen burner is prepared for Bryson to show up and talk to us about.
See if that sticky sap has any effect on the ball.
We're gonna get him kicked off the tour because he'd be like, oh, you know what? I think
you don't want to have that.
No,
happen.
I don't. I'd feel terrible. I wouldn't know who to pick anymore.
Right, exactly. And I wouldn't want to see him off the tour. I'm not a fan of his per se, but it's nice having him there. Just like Happy Gilmore was good for the tour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think Happy Gilmore was it's like John Daly back in in his heyday.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just there's that famous picture of I think it was when he won the Open, and it's him, his wife or fiance, a girlfriend, and then there's the naked dude with the 19th hole in the background.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That is the most Happy Gilmore thing you could have asked for.
Right.
In reality.
You're clearly not going to see that from any other group of fans.
You wouldn't even put that in a movie.
No, that's good for a movie.
Well, you don't have to though.
No, you don't have to.
It was real.
Right, exactly, yeah.
It really happened.
Yeah, that was a pretty wild thought that person had.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Pulled it off.
And he's one of the most famous photos in golf.
Right, yeah, I can recall. I haven't seen that picture in years, but I can recall exactly what you're talking about just by the 19th hole part.
Yeah. Which is brutal.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So should we get to the front nine? We talked about Sink a little bit, but there's
which is the front nine. He's in the front nine.
Yeah,
So we were talking about Stuart Sink, and his son was caddying for him.
Yeah, I like seeing more family members on the bag because we had the Lee Westwood's fiance earlier, and occasionally you see a family member on the bag, but it's nice to see them win tournaments.
Well, DJ's brother.
Okay, yeah,
isn't he still on the bag?
I have no reason not to believe so. Yeah, to think the opposite.
And is Phil's brother? I feel like Phil's. I don't know why I had this in my head that Phil's brother was a caddy, but he might. I don't know if he's caddying for Phil or he's just a caddy for someone.
Oh,
We'll get back to
I
that
feel like
one.
I feel like you could be right about that though. Yeah. But it does make sense that someone could feel like I feel like a veteran, someone who's been there for a long time, as Stuart Sink was. It's just comfort, to have someone that is close to you. And granted, a lot of these caddies, I mean, they're very close with the player, but to have someone like a son, it's got to be, pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
I would love
hearing
that.
them on their shots and when they were discussing every aspect of each shot, it was pretty cool to hear the audio.
And I think you brought this up previously talking about Lee Westwood, where he knows what he's doing out there. I mean, I think if you had, so if I just happened to go out there one day,
Or like Will Zalatoris, for example, he's 21 years old.
he could use a veteran caddy.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who's walked these courses dozens or hundreds of times, the way a lot of these caddies have. It could be very beneficial for a younger player.
Right. But I think in a sense, I would say the caddies in where like Stuart Sink, he's probably not that nervous.
Absolutely
His
not.
son was probably way more nervous than he was.
Oh, Reagan had to be. You can hear it in his voice, like during the interviews too, because he hasn't done those interviews before.
Right.
Sink has done them.
Yeah.
For decades.
Yeah.
So
I was like, this is the third time I've won this thing.
exactly, yeah.
Been here, done that.
Which is why it was upsetting to me that he didn't wear some crazy pants the way we were talking about. Because he's done it before.
Yeah. It's not like you need to.
You don't need to look
fancy.
good. It'd be fun to look silly on a day where you had a 5-shot lead going into the final round, and get a little ballsy and put on some.
I still think that's tough. Because then if you're wearing,
if you mess it up, then you really look bad.
yeah, you're wearing some stupid pants,
And now you're not even wearing the stupid jacket that goes
Yeah.
along with the stupid pants. Yeah,
after you missed out on the not so stupid jacket.
right. Yeah, so that is a little dangerous to go with that decision. That's probably why he's intelligent enough not to pull that stupid move. But if I was in that position, I would have been dumb.
Yeah, I don't care. Green plaid pants with the red plaid jacket
Yeah, it would have been fantastic.
would have been such a good. Basically,
Yeah,
like
so that was a bogey on Sink's part right there.
heavy, maybe even a double bogey.
It
I
could
don't know.
have been, yeah, come on, Stuart Sink. You're give us some fun. You're 47 years old.
If we
Have a
remember,
laugh.
to do this more often, we should definitely call people out on a bogey scale or a birdie scale.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Bogey, birdie, eagle, like that.
Right.
That should be our scale of how good things were.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, so the next one then is potentially misheard, but I don't care. Ian Poulter shouting, "Oh bother!"
Oh, bother. Yeah, just like Winnie the Pooh after.
Is that birdie worthy?
No, I think it was just par for the course.
Okay.
But it was something that I hadn't heard before, and I just thought it was hilarious. And I'm going to try and work that into my repertoire when I have a bad shot, which is more than occasional.
Do you have your little sayings?
No, I mean, I kind of just grunt in a way, or, yeah, I will spout out a big, like a fuck you sometimes.
Okay.
I'm talking about my swing, like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Or the ball itself, even though the ball had nothing to do with why the shot was bad. But I would prefer to get oh bother in there comfortably, not like think about it, but just have it come out naturally. That would be funny.
Yeah. That'd be great. That's something you might have to practice.
Well, yeah.
You might have to practice that one.
Absolutely. That's something you got to do.
Man, I should have said "oh bother" then. That was a terrible shot. It was a perfect time.
The perfect time to yell "oh bother." Like, yeah, coming from an Englishman, I think it's more natural for him.
He was a perfect candidate for it.
Yeah, it makes sense that it. I mean, I may have misheard this too.
Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care. It's great.
but it was
I love it.
fantastic. Yeah, it was really good. Now there's another mishap on the course when someone made a bad putt, not a tee shot, but a bad putt. It was Sung Kang. He he did one of those flip the putter up in the air, and it does one revolution, and then like on his way back down, instead of catching it, he kicks. And he hit the putter with his foot right in the middle of the shaft, and it just flew off the green, like past the fringe. I've never seen someone drop kick a putter before, and I don't think he had planned on it either. But it was the funniest thing I've seen in that regard this season.
That's a good one.
It was fantastic. I was actually trying to look up footage of it, and I couldn't find anything. But when I saw it live, it was just
he hacked the internet. He pulled it right off. He's like, I don't want anyone to see that ever.
Right. Yeah. Well, I also don't think many people are looking up Sung Kang footage.
That's true. And we'll get back to him at some point very shortly.
Oh, yeah. He deserves it, too, I think.
Yep. Definitely. So
what did you notice? What do you think?
About what?
Just the tournament.
Did you know that the lighthouse used to be plaid? No.
Yes, we went over that. Yeah.
No, I got nothing. I watched like probably 20 minutes total. No, I probably watched more yesterday morning. I was watching some featured groups.
Okay.
And that was, I watched a little Thursday, a little Friday, and then like none of it on Saturday. It's that time of the year, man.
Yeah. I didn't watch much Saturday either. I was in a tournament on Saturday.
I just saw that Sink just kept staying in the lead. Oh, and my pick, Connors, made a charge. I think it was Saturday. Was it Friday or Saturday? He made like a pretty good jump.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, he
went 7 under. I think something in that world.
He made a move, and he hung in there pretty well, but he missed a lot of putts.
Yeah, late.
But he put himself in position over and over and over again.
Yeah, and I was just glad that my pick that I eventually figured out who I wanted to pick, because I went DJ, McCucumber, and then I was like, I don't remember who I wanted to pick. And you're like, oh, you want DJ? And I was like, no, I definitely don't want DJ.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, oh,
your picks have been really good thus far since we've been doing
the solo picks. I haven't been good on the pick 6, like a Masters one.
Right.
Like, those are tough.
Oh, absolutely. But
and plus, you're always comparing to the person that won the event,
sure,
or who won the pool.
Right.
Because that's the one, you want to be that person.
Yeah.
Get a couple $100 out of it. You want to make a couple $100.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to be sitting there in like 20th after day 2 going, well, that was fun. This is over.
Yeah, because it can be over quickly.
And I fall in that category a lot where I'm the person that I pick who I want to win a lot of times in those events.
Sure.
Or an NCAA bracket. I always pick who I want to win, and I just make the bracket work around that.
Yeah, but you don't.
Even though I don't.
You pick with your heart, not with your head.
Yeah.
These
I could pick with my head a little.
Right. Yeah.
Like Bryson wasn't in it, so I wasn't gonna pick him just by default.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't pick JT because he wasn't in it.
Yeah, exactly. My pick didn't fare all that well.
I don't think he made the cut.
I don't even remember who I picked Hudson Swafford. Yeah, that was a ridiculous pick.
He missed it by 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was like right off the cut line there.
Yeah.
But in my my other pool, like my dark horse pool, I picked Emiliano Grillo.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was a good one. Yeah, I took the point for that this week
for sure.
Yeah, but
was that solo second?
I think he was tied for second with Harold Varner the third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about all these good scores. We had a 3-way tie, our first tie.
Oh, a tie for we're doing worst
score.
Worst score of the week.
Yeah, the worst Thursday Friday score.
Who do we got this week?
Doc Redman, the Clemson Tiger. He just turned pro in 2018.
Doc Redman is a good name.
It is a good name.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a golf name though. Hudson Swafford is a golf name. Davis Love III is a golf name. Doc Redman is not a golf name. Doc Redman is a baseball name.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's an old-timey baseball name.
Yeah.
Or a shoe
or
company.
Maybe like 70s baseball.
Shoe company.
Yeah.
What are they?
Oh, Doc Martens.
Doc Martens, yeah. He's close. Close
sure,
enough.
Absolutely, yeah. But, Doc Redman is a 70s baseball player. He's pitching with sideburns, and he is throwing in some heat. He's definitely throwing a spitball, too, for bringing that up.
Having a smoke in the dugout.
Definitely. Doc Redman, yes! So congrats on the worst score of the week, Doc.
Tied for the worst score.
Tied, yeah. Who else we got?
Nick Watney,
okay,
who last won in 2012, and he was pretty big at 20, right around that time.
Yeah, he's a Canadian, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nikwani, I feel like I've seen that Canadian flag next to his name before.
Sure, he's Canadian now.
Right, yeah.
We've dubbed him a Canadian.
A Canuck.
A Canucker.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, he was good for a while. Yeah, I haven't seen his name in a while.
yeah,
though,
so he's not trending in the right direction.
Yeah,
necessarily.
There's our irrelevancy that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
He's kind of in
But
that category.
and we'll get to it later, but Brandon Hagee,
I don't even know.
but they were all plus 10.
Okay. That's not as bad of a...
Yeah, he doesn't have any wins, not much on his Wikipedia page, and I just kind of moved on. I was like,
Yeah, we don't need to spend any time on him.
no, he wasn't as cool as Kamali Mai Johnson, who actually I think he won an event, a Corn Ferry Tour event, or
Oh, is that
one
right?
of the lower ones. He just won an event like
Okay.
a week or two ago.
Okay.
So
So maybe we'll be seeing that name
I hope so.
in other tournaments, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
on
cool.
The tour.
And then we'll go to the worst weekend score.
And
Sung
that's our
Kang?
boy, Sung Kang.
Sung Kang.
With the drop kick, yeah.
Yeah, he ended up at +5, so we went from -2 to +5. Whenever, and it's got to be tough too, because you see Stuart Sink, even these guys that were +10, like Stuart Sink went -16. What did he go, 8 and 8?
8 and 8, yeah.
And
8 under on Thursday and
He
8
went
under on Friday.
26 off.
Right, yeah. He was just...
That's like an amateur and a pro playing together at that point.
Well, it makes sense that could happen, though, because if you're not hitting fairways, you can get into a lot of trouble. There's like so much OB. Out of bounds was everywhere on that course.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about in-course OB.
That one's a little different because it's houses.
Right, okay, yeah.
I meant like if you cut a corner, it's OB.
Yeah.
Like if it's a dog leg right and you cut the corner, you went out of bounds. Like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
It is, yeah. It is.
Absolute nonsense.
Yeah. But that'll happen when you're in a neighborhood and there's, houses all over the course. But it makes it so you can't miss dramatically.
No. And like you said, it's not super long, but you have to be accurate.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
That's all Sink was. Just accuracy.
And he was lighting up those greens well enough.
Right.
Obviously, he probably got to be hot.
Yeah, I don't even I don't feel like he was dropping in these like 40-footers or anything.
He was just
crazy.
The rest of it was on enough.
Yeah. And speaking of 40-footers,
oh yeah,
there was
Siwoo.
Yeah, Siwoo Kim. Yeah, we were talking about just a couple of weeks ago. There was Tony Finau at the WGC Dell match play.
Mm-hmm.
He made a putt that he knocked in with his shadow because it was hanging on the edge of the cup. And same thing happened as Siwoo Kim this week, and he didn't get the benefit of the of the birdie. Like the rules came and bit him in the ass.
Did he take too long?
He took too long.
Yeah.
It sat on the lip for like a full minute. In fact,
yeah, that's way too long.
It is, but I also feel like I've seen Dustin Johnson read a putt for 2 minutes.
That's also
and like say it's a 25-footer and he's reading it from 4 different angles. It takes more than 10 seconds that ball's sitting there. What if Siwoo Kim was just reading his putt?
Yeah,
and granted, it was the putt was a 1/16 of an inch, maybe even less than that. But who's to say that he wasn't reading it and letting it go? And Matt Kuchar was watching it the whole time too, and he said to the rules official that the ball was moving, and you're not allowed to hit a moving ball.
Right.
So
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. It was unfortunate that he didn't get the bird because it was awesome when the ball finally fell into the cup because it sat there for, as I said, over a minute.
Well, and I think that was...
They didn't try the shadow.
What are they doing?
Well, at first, the caddy came up and put the shadow on it, but then took it off right away. And I don't think we discussed the rationale behind that, like why you would do that. And I think you should give some insight to the listeners.
Yeah, so when you the reason it actually works, it's a real thing,
Yeah.
is
It didn't make any sense to me that it actually could work, but
Yeah.
this does make sense when you explain
so
it
when
to me.
you put your shadow over the grass where the ball is, the grass actually starts to move because there's no sun there anymore.
Yeah, the grass would reach up towards the sun, but it'll curl in the
Yeah.
shade, right?
Yep. It'll curl a little bit, and therefore it will cause some actual motion that the ball is.
It could be enough for the
Yeah.
ball to actually,
especially on those types of putts where something like Siwoo or Finau's where, yeah, you don't need a lot of movement. You just have to make sure it's still moving.
yeah.
Which is why I thought it was interesting that Kuchar was.
Yeah, it was cool that Kuchar was trying to help out Siwoo Kim too, and he's explaining to the official. He's like, "Hey, that ball was still moving." He was doing all he could to help Siwoo get the bird,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool. Like,
He
it's
doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to do that by any means,
No.
Like, and he's competing against him in
Yeah.
one aspect. But as much shit that Kuchar gets for, his cheapness from that tournament in Mexico a couple years ago. He does some pretty cool stuff too.
Yeah. He's not all bad. Did you see how
He's
his putting?
I didn't notice it, but yeah, he's got the
So he does the
claw grip.
anchor. So not anchor. You can't anchor. My bad.
Right, yeah.
There's actually a debate that is anchoring.
Yeah, when you have it on your forearm and everything.
Yeah,
like
so he
that.
does the
I've
arm
wondered
lock.
about that too. It kind of
Yeah.
seems like that's
Well,
another
because it's the butt is not anchored to
Okay.
you. It's just up against you.
yeah. Plus, it doesn't leave your wrist or your hand at any point too.
Well-
Isn't it pressed against the entire way?
Yeah, it's like pressed up against your forearm to your wrist to your hand.
Yeah.
So it's going up, which is okay.
Right.
I'm not even debating the rule part of it, but that's the way he would putt on his. So he's a righty. He would do it on his left. But in this tournament, he was anchoring it on his right forearm.
Huh.
I was like, the changing in loft on your club, when you. I mean, yeah, that was super weird to me.
Right. Yeah.
That's awkward. It's
Yeah.
not like he's a bad putter. And to me, that's a big change.
It is a dramatic change. Yeah.
I mean, from far left to being on your right forearm that might be one of the weirdest things that's one of the weirdest putting strokes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's good.
Oh, there's tons of crazy ones out there.
Yeah, and a lot of them, even for as weird as they are, I get some of the rationale behind it. The claw, I don't feel comfortable doing it, but I get it.
Sure. Yeah.
So like that kind of stuff, and all those funky hand positions that everyone else that you could combo, the pencil, the claw, like all of those things. Whatever, I get it. But this one's up there.
Yeah.
And one of the weirder ones. Very weird, actually.
And it's also weird to see someone in their 40s who's been on tour for 15 years or even more with Matt Kuchar
Yeah.
to have something that dramatic of a change.
And right after he was putting well
Yeah.
for the last couple of weeks.
Right, yeah. He'd been up there on leaderboards.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
You know who doesn't like greens?
Sergio.
Sergio.
Well, he's got good touch around the greens, so.
You just have to chip him in.
Yeah, well, we know how bad of a putter he is, too, so maybe it's smarter to just avoid getting it to the green.
Yeah. Just start chipping him in, man.
Yeah.
And you said he took a little chunk?
Oh, yeah, he was chipping on the green again, because there's that boomerang shaped green.
Oh, I thought this was an anger thing.
No, this wasn't anger. He was playing the ball, and just the way he did a few weeks ago. I forget which tournament he.
Was it in Austin?
It wasn't in Austin. No,
It wasn't that one?
Yeah, because with the island bunker that you hate.
Oh no, that's San Antonio.
Okay.
I was
So
doing-
maybe it was Austin. It was
Was the Dell?
It was the the
match
Dell.
play?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So that's it. 2 times this year he's chipped and taken a chunk out of the green. Usually when people chip off greens, they pick the ball clean.
Sergio don't give a shit.
No.
Fuck you, superintendent.
That's got to be dreadful for the superintendent to see. If he's
Yeah.
watching the tournament and all of a sudden someone's just taking a chunk out of their green, it gotta hurt.
Especially when you see that it's Sergio now. He's got a reputation.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a reputation to uphold. He's like, I'm not leaving this green without taking a chunk out of it.
He's making enemies everywhere he goes.
I don't know. Is it really that bad? I wonder I wonder how nice Sergio really is.
I'm sure he has his moments.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone does. If you're around that many people that often, you're gonna piss someone off.
Right.
You're gonna have a bad day, and they're gonna be like, "Well, Sergio's the worst person ever." You know, it's like
he's not that bad.
no, it's not.
But don't take chunks out of greens though.
Yeah,
That is, that's like a bad thing to do in golf.
he should practice that. He should put a little green in his backyard and just practice hitting off of it without ripping it up. That should be his off-season practice next year. He might have to take a couple more chunks this year until the season ends, and then the off-season he's just gonna. That's what he's gonna.
He's not going to practice putting. We know that.
Yeah,
that we've established.
Poor guy. I was just practicing my putting the other day. You know what I've never done was I usually pick a spot like when I'm kind of standing over the ball. I'm like, I want it to go like up there to the left, like a cup.
Uh-huh.
I just kind of, I'll hit it up there. All right, cool. But I've never actually used the line on the ball to stand, like to sit down and look and line it up and be like, I really want it to go there.
That's what I point. I use the line to point where I want to go.
And the first,
it tells me if I misread or mishit the ball
mm-hmm.
a lot of the time. Because if that line isn't going tumbling over itself, then you probably pulled it or pushed it. But if it's revolving true and it doesn't go in, it's probably because you misread the putt.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
But I liked it because the first one I set up to it, I lined up, I set up, and I'm like, this thing is pointed right of my target. Like, I was aiming left of the hole, and I thought I was aiming right of I thought the ball was lined up right of the hole.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm just going to trust it and see where it goes. And went in.
Okay.
It broke to the right.
Yeah,
I hit it left, and it broke right. And I thought I was going to hit this thing dead right. That's how weird I felt standing over that. And I was like, man, I need to do this a lot more.
That is kind of strange. There have been times where I've lined up the line on the ball, and when I stand over it, I look at it and I say, no, I've got to go out further than I originally thought. And, instead of starting the process over again and realigning the ball, I just say, I'm just going to push it out a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Then, it goes in all of a sudden. So,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so we were talking last week that we were thinking about tweeting at some people.
Oh, right. Yeah. How'd that go?
Terrible. Because I didn't do it. I didn't do Jack either.
Well, it could have been worse than that.
That's true.
Yeah. So not yes.
Well, I didn't get into the whole Twitter thing yet because I was really planning on doing it before the event, and I was like, oh, you know what would be easier? Mid-event, it's a lot less people to tweet at.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then
you just don't do that either. It's a lot easier just to do no one.
That's also true. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll jinx it because Connors was playing so well.
Sure.
I didn't want to jinx it.
Hey, that's
I was like, he's my pick.
And we talked about superstitions.
Yeah, I know, but I just didn't want to do it. I don't care. And I was just being lazy.
Yeah.
Like, do I really want to tweet all these
I prefer that reason there.
Yeah, so he was getting hot. I didn't want to risk it, and I forgot about Jack.
Oh,
to
sure.
See if it's the real
actually,
one.
I might be able to get some information on that because I've got some inside. I know some insiders into Jack's circle there.
All right.
So I can
get us into the circle.
It's possible. I don't want to push too hard, but I will find out if he has a ghostwriter or if he's actually tweeting.
Yeah, because I feel like it's got to be a ghostwriter.
Yeah,
writer. I think I said writer.
A ghost writer. Yeah.
Was that a Nicolas Cage movie or something?
You can say many phrases and it will be a Nick Cage movie. Yeah. Most of the phrases in the English lexicon are going to have Nick Cage connected to it in some way or another.
6 Degrees of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Face Off.
In Seinfeld. Con Air. National Treasure.
Oh, well, we're just doing the big ones now, but there's just hundreds.
There are a lot.
He does like 18 movies a year. It's insane.
Do you think he's still at that pace?
No.
Made enough money.
No. He's so bad with money that
Is he one of those guys?
He's one of those, yeah. Like it's insane. I don't even have. I mean,
do you get that a lot from? It's not something you hear about with golfers.
Yeah, not really. Well, John Daly, you've heard those
Yeah.
stories, like the gambling stories.
Right.
You know, where
I understand.
he's
Like
where
Phil's
he's
a gambler.
right, yeah, but like John Daly was. I mean, I saw an interview on Howard Stern with him, and he was talking about a slot machine that was $5,000 a spin.
Of course, he was on Howard Stern.
It's such a good interview. Howard Stern's the best interviewer in the game, and John Daly is probably one of the best interviewees in the game.
That's true.
So,
He'd be a real hoot.
Yeah, him just talking about his gambling addiction it's fantastic.
But I mean, maybe just the way golf is where you're not getting contracts necessarily.
Yeah, right.
You win an event, that's when you make money.
Yeah, that's what's beautiful about golf. It's a meritocracy. You know, it's
You're good if you're good. You're rich if you're good.
You're right. Yeah, you make money if you perform well. Now, you get contracts in other sports if you had performed well in the past, and the ownership thinks that you're going to continue to perform well, but that is not set in stone, and that's why it's crazy that, like in the MLB, there's these $350 million contracts for 12, 14 years. How the hell do you know if someone's going to be fine in 14 years? Like Fernando Tatis Jr. was paid a I think he was like $340 million for 14 years, and he got injured. Like he just threw out his shoulder, and is going to be out for this season, and he might never be the same again.
Right,
and that's an exorbitant amount of money for someone who could not be in the organization anymore. Like it's ridiculous, but
I think baseball's a wear and tear sport.
Right, because he's like so young, you know.
But I'm just saying in general. I mean, he's still been doing it for a long time.
Oh, right,
from a kid until now.
Yeah, true.
But so I think there's a little bit more longevity in some sport like baseball, like Bryce Harper. He's going to be popular. He's going to sell tickets. So he's an investment worthy person.
Sure.
Where football, you can get one hit.
Yeah, it can be your career.
In the preseason game, it means nothing, and you're done.
Yeah.
But they're still making ungodly amounts of money.
Yeah.
You might get good. Or you might be better.
Sure.
I wonder I don't know if you could pull it off, but if you
it would be interesting. Yeah. Well,
like a base salary,
mm-hmm.
and then if every game you win, you get more.
Well, see, that's the thing, that these are team sports. Like when it's tennis or golf, you're out there alone. So you can't base your salary on how many touchdowns you got, because then there's going to be,
No, I'm just talking wins.
Oh, wins. Okay.
Just if your team wins.
Yeah.
That's basically what golf is. Like, you get money if you win.
Well, there are bonuses for, Super Bowl wins and
yeah. Well, you could amplify it as you get further along.
Right. Yeah.
In the season.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, that is the thing. There are contracts that have incentives.
Right.
So, that I think those are much smarter aspects of contracts than just being there. They should all be incentivized. Well, not all, because there's a lot that goes into that.
Like, if you're on the worst team in the NFL, but you're like the highest paid quarterback, you should not be getting that money.
Right. Yeah.
Not that good.
Yeah, like Mike Trout on the Angels.
Yeah,
we're not even talking about golf anymore.
No, we're talking about contracts.
But Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. He's, maybe it could potentially be the best player to ever play the game, but he's never done anything in terms of winning because he's been on the Angels for his entire career.
Yeah, there was a little stretch where they almost were good. Yeah. Maybe they may have been good when I partially paid attention to baseball.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
wasn't Pujols on that team at some point?
Yeah, at one point, yeah.
Okay, that's when I stopped paying attention to
Okay, yeah.
baseball. Whatever year that was about the tail end of my any knowledge I have of baseball ended at that moment in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I go in and out, but we should get back to golf though. Anyway,
All right,
and how I like how you get paid when you do well,
that's the theme.
and then if you are charismatic enough, you get some
Yeah.
endorsements.
Yeah.
And-
Which brings us right into the turn. It's perfect.
Oh, beautiful!
Because I'm starting with a rant.
Oh, I get to sit back.
If you want, you can do whatever you want. You could throw your
I could be your hype man. Like
yeah. And my hype man, bring it in.
for your rant. Let's have at it.
So I'm in the golf industry, so I see a lot and I hear a lot.
Sure.
And I don't know why it bothers me so much, but infomercials for golf.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know why it bothers you. It's because it's lunacy.
I see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who thinks this is working? Like, I'm throwing out a couple names, but the square shoes by Sir Nick Faldo. And they're not by him, but he's endorsing them. I'm like, good for you. You're collecting a check, Mr. Sir.
Sir, yes, Sir Nick Faldo, yeah.
Sir Nick Faldo. But there is like, oh, these are the shoes for distance. Like, the shoes. Dude, I could wear a pair of loafers out there.
The people that are producing these things don't even believe in it. They just know that there's the public is stupid enough to buy into it.
And I think that's one of
and granted, not everyone.
I barely had enough confidence to start this podcast, and it's something I generally know a decent amount about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't in my life ever be like, I'm going to put out square shoes because they're for distance and market it. And like, go through all the shit you have to go through to get to the point where you have Sir Nick Faldo as your hype man for this product.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would never do that.
Because you're not a snake oil salesman. You're not trying to take advantage of people, and that's what these people are doing.
But like, someone in that whole process didn't go, this is really dumb. This is really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Like, I watch commercials, just regular commercials. And I'm like, man, this is a national company, and not one person in the company goes, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this commercial. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
Nope. Just push it through.
People just greenlight that shit and
Yeah.
just let it go and go.
Like, there's like a million different wedges, and there's probably a million different ones just for like the bunker.
Right.
I'm like, no, that's not helping you.
All you have to do is learn how to hit a bunker shot.
You learn. You take the time from that $100 wedge. You could get two $50 lessons just in the bunker.
Right. Yeah, and then you'll be
set for life.
Yeah.
You could hit anything out of there. You could hit a 3-iron out of the bunker.
right.
Doesn't matter. Drives me nuts. Oh, and the drivers.
That is frustrating that they're trying to sell these gimmicks.
Oh, it's the nonsense drivers. That's probably one that bothers me more than anything. I think.
Well, don't you want 50 extra yards off your drive?
I do. And if you think that Callaway, TaylorMade, Ping, Titleist, if you don't think that they're maxing out their drivers to the legal limit, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
No, they're just going to leave yards on the table. No. Why? Why would they do that? They're allowed to go a certain distance. They're allowed to hit the ball. Like, the face is allowed to be so hot.
Right, yeah.
Every company is going to hit that limit.
Yeah, they're going to go all the way. They're
not going to leave like, you know what? Let's leave 50 yards on the table. Like, what? In what world are you living in that you're like, well, yeah, but I saw this infomercial. It says 50 yards I could gain. I'm like, when I see a square strike wedge in your bag, I'm seriously questioning your mental stability.
Yeah.
I seriously do. I'm like, oh, something's wrong with this one.
Someone they were taken for a ride. If you bought that club, then you believe something that is untrue.
Yeah. They believe they've been wearing the same underwear since they were in high school because they won a football game.
Yeah.
Because they're superstitious.
Yeah.
But yeah, just all the gimmicks. Like, they're such crap. They're so bad. Like, they're so bad it's not even funny anymore. I'm like, this is
Well, it's sad.
Yeah,
It gets to the point where it's sad that they continue and they thrive.
yeah.
You know.
They're big companies too. You don't have to sell a lot, like the Square shoes. You don't have to sell a lot to everyone in northeastern Pennsylvania. You just have to sell a little to everyone, like to someone in every state.
Yeah.
And you're on the Golf Channel, and the Golf Channel's like, yeah, you gonna give us money for this bullshit? We'll take it. Like,
this.
Filter that nonsense out.
I agree with you. It's
God, it gets me heated. So heated. Like, what are you doing? This is
calm down. Take a breath. It's gonna be okay. They're just infomercials.
Yeah. I also get, this is another one. It was, now people are starting to order clubs. It's new season. Got to get the fresh clubs, fresh sticks. You know.
Yeah, because that's gonna.
And when people are super picky about them, after they come in, they get fit, they do all that, which I think is important. I think getting fit for clubs is probably more important the worse you are.
Oh, yeah.
Because I could pick up pretty much any left-handed club and like, all right, I'll figure it out.
Sure.
Like if I have to swing a little softer because it's a regular flex shaft versus an extra stiff, like, all right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm not super concerned.
Yeah, but someone with a 20 handicap is never going to figure that out.
No, they're not trying. They're not practicing.
Yeah.
And all of that fun stuff.
Oh, I thought about practicing today, but then I drank last night.
Yep. And then you came here.
I woke up late and I was like, oh, I'm not practicing.
I'm getting some KFC.
I did it.
And then I'm going to go talk about golf.
Yeah. That just sounded better than chipping for 45 minutes.
That's true.
I'm going to do it tonight, though.
That's good.
I will.
But yeah, when people get super picky and they're like, how many wraps did they put under my grip? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and you won't know either. I can tell you one thing, but you're not going to know.
If you're that concerned about adding a little bit, unless you're on tour, and even then, like if you want like a standard grip, a mid-size grip, maybe a jumbo. Bryson's got some massive grips, like really, really big ones.
On his wedges?
Just everything.
Yeah.
All of his clubs. I'm just saying in general at this point. Just
Yeah.
clubs in general, not even just wedges.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a large grip on my putter, but I've seen him on like wedges too. I'm thinking like, what is this crazy?
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I mean, I have mid-sized grips on mine. I just like it. I think mostly growing up playing baseball.
Yeah.
The bat's it's thicker than a golf club.
Right, yeah.
And I think I just got so used to that I've always wanted that feel. So that's the only reason.
Yeah. No, I mean, comfort is an important thing.
But if you put standard or maybe even undersized grips on there, I would notice, but it's not going to stop me from hitting the golf ball.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal.
No.
Yeah, it's comfort. I prefer it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, or I remember this was a really good one. Someone came in, they had a hybrid. They're like, I think it's short. I keep topping it. Hybrid.
Yeah.
One of the longest clubs in your bag.
Yeah.
Keep topping it. Can't hit it. So I measure it up to another hybrid. I'm like, it's maybe a quarter inch. Maybe a quarter inch short.
Yeah.
Maybe just a manufacturing thing. I don't know. But in my mind, I'm going, do you just whiff wedges? Like completely.
Yeah, you would have to if
by that logic.
If you're topping with that long of a club, yeah.
This third largest club in your bag, and you're topping it, and you're like, I can't hit it. I top it. I'm like, well, then how do you hit a wedge? It's impossible.
Yeah.
It must be impossible.
If you're swinging the same.
Yeah. All right, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm going to the back nine. I'm done with the turn.
The rant.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
The rant. The turn rant.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I think it was the first real rant.
Well, I didn't let you really go off on a rant because I broke it up a little too much. I didn't want to see you get overheated.
No, I almost did.
Yeah, but it's for good reason too. There's a lot of bullshit out there.
Yeah, like I like the idea of swing aids. Yeah. Sometimes I think they're crap, but I like the idea of them. I think they're trying. They're trying to help.
Yeah.
But something like the square shoes,
it ain't helping.
That's not. No, that might be one of the dumbest ones.
Oh God, we're getting back.
That's
to it. We gotta go to the back.
That's a double bogey for square shoe.
It's a double bogue. Yeah.
Yeah, I remembered. I'm really pumped. I just remembered to say that.
That's very good. Well done. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So we've completed the turn. Then we can get to the back here. And we got an exciting. Well, maybe not that exciting, but we got a tournament that is out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Which
we've had a couple. We have the WGC match play.
The match play, yeah, which is we got all excited about that, and this one isn't as exciting as a match play, but it is.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I like it. I think there's
we're talking about the Zurich by the way, yeah,
the Zurich Classic.
Zurich Classic down in Nolens,
TPC, Louisiana. Oh, by the way, I Google mapped it.
Okay.
So on the left-hand side, when you're on your computer, it might show up on your phone, but there's a picture that shows up on the left.
Yeah.
So it's just a default picture that shows up somehow, some way. Someone put a picture up and they're like, "Oh, this is TPC Louisiana." Mm-hmm. It's just like a guy that took a selfie on some random hole there, but it's only like his hat brim up, and then like the golf course behind him, so you can't really tell who it is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still weird.
Yeah, like this is a relatively famous golf course. It's a TPC course.
Really, I mean, it's on tour every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I just thought that was really funny.
Hey, it's kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah, it was a little shocking.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2017 was the first year of the partners. The doubled up.
When was
2017?
Oh, that was when it originated.
Yeah, they've been playing the Zurich Classic, had different names. Going years back, but they've only done the partner the way they structure it now.
Yeah.
They've only done this since 2017.
Okay.
So they did it 2017, 2018, 19, skip 20. So they've only done 3 times.
Oh, that's why I wasn't as familiar with it, because I was playing with my brother yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, are you ready for the Zurich?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not ready." And he's like, "Do you know the obvious thing that you're going to have to talk about?" I was like, "No, I don't." He's like, "Well, they're playing teams, you know." I was like, "Oh, wow, that's cool. That's interesting.
This is fun."
Yeah. So, like, I don't even know. Do they? Is it better ball, or do they add up the scores?
No, they'll do a better ball. So, like, the better ball is you and your teammate both play the whole lowest score, and then they do an alternate shot.
Oh, okay.
Which is always fun.
They do an alternate. Oh, so the first round is
I don't know
round.
The exact structure, like day by day, but I know they switch it.
Okay, cool.
Which is fun.
And it's alternate shot. So
at any point there's an alternate shot. It's going to be a good time.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But is it modified, or is it like the person who taps in a putt, the other guy drives, or is it
I think
do you have a different driver on each? Like on odds and evens?
Odds and evens
is
traditionally how they would do that.
Gotcha.
I mean, the ones that I've played in that have been alternate shot, we've only done you pick odds or evens.
Okay.
And then I don't know if because they skipped it last year, so I don't have this in my memory bank, but they did the walkout music.
Oh, yeah.
Which is big. Like, that's a fun start to a tournament. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
All right, let's do it.
But you have to do it as a team, though.
Right.
So you have to collaborate and decide on one together. You can't be what you want. It's got to be something that's okay with your partner as well.
Yeah. So I did one. There was a Philadelphia section pro, and I have no idea where it was. I don't remember. It was a Gil Hans course, but on the first hole they had speakers, and there was walkout music.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was like little theme music when I was teeing off. And granted, I would not have, if it was just me, I would not have picked that song, but it was kind of a fun one. You know, it's a nice day, and it's
the sun's shining.
Yeah, it's fish. We went with fish.
Do you know what song it was?
Nope.
Okay.
Not a clue.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them just sound all the same anyway.
Just guitars and just jamming out.
Yeah.
Man. No, I have no idea. I don't know.
So you didn't choose it. Your partner picked that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I would have gone. Well, it was funny because it ended up being on their Instagram post was me teeing off to the music.
Okay.
And
So it would have appeared that you chose it.
yes,
Yeah.
I most certainly did not.
Okay.
I have nothing against Fish. I've listened to Fish a bunch, but
But that would have been your go-to.
no.
Do
That
you
was
kn-
probably 15, 20 years ago. The last time I really was like, oh, I'm going to put on a Fish song.
Yeah. I put on in a CD, a Fish CD on my drive here, actually.
Oh, that's really funny. Good,
Yeah.
good timing that we're going to talk about Fish
That
today.
is pretty funny, yeah. Well, so what would you have chosen if it was your decision?
Right now,
Yeah,
like
sure.
if I had to pick a song,
Sure, yeah.
or like a clip from a song, I don't know. I've been like in a weird variety of music, but I might go "Bring Me the Horizon," which is I don't know how to describe their genre. But they fall into like a heavy metal-ish hardcore,
Oh, shit, okay.
but like somewhat. There's like an alternative side to them, and I honestly like they've had a bunch of transitions in their genres, I would say.
Yeah, that's not the type of music that I'm into, but I feel
I
like it
wanna
would
hit
be
the
really
ball
good
hard.
for
I want to hit the ball hard.
for like walkout
First-
music and like like a first tee kind of thing. Yeah, like
Feeling good. Let's go.
yeah, just rock something and I definitely support some heavy metal.
Yeah, because
To
I know some of the guys that do Metallica.
yeah, it also depends if you got like a morning or an afternoon round too. If it's like if you're teeing off at 7:40 in the morning and you're gonna play some Metallica or something like that, it's
You better be ramped up and ready to go.
yeah, it might not work for that early, but afternoon round, fuck yeah. And
Well, because I think Metallica, Metallica's got a couple good ones. Like you could do the Enter Sandman, like
yeah,
and then
it's a classic that everyone's gonna know what it is.
Yeah.
you know.
and then you could go. Was it Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire?
Oh yeah, okay,
Like
yeah.
that one, because that one starts immediately.
Yeah,
That's a hot off the get go.
right,
All right,
right
let's
off
go.
the hot off the presses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that being a good one.
But you can't pick a song like One by Metallica because it's a 7-minute song.
Yeah,
And the
there's,
last-
like interlude and like all
Well,
that.
the last like 2 minutes is the heavy part, and it's 5 minutes of build up.
Right, yeah.
So
Yes,
imagine it'd be really. Hold on, we're just slowly walking out.
yeah. It's like you'd get another penalty like Siwoo Kim did.
Yeah, you missed your tea time, guys.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So
I haven't had a whole lot of time to think about it, but for the 3 minutes I've had to decide what song to play, might have to go with like Crazy Train from Black
Sabbath?
Sabbath. Yeah, but just as a nod to Chipper Jones,
oh, that's
because that was his walkout music to like for his entire career.
who. What
So
was,
whenever you hear the opening of that song, I'm thinking about Chipper. Is he batting righty or lefty today?
What was Mariano Rivera? Was he Enter Sandman?
That sounds right.
I think so.
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it would be I mean, it's obviously a good walkout one. I mean, I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm not a baseball fan. Obviously, we've talked about it for a majority of this podcast. We're talking about contracts, Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones, yeah. Actually, one of my favorite walkout music songs of all time was Homer Simpson when he was a boxer. He was fighting Drederick Tatum, and Drederick Tatum comes out to like "I'm Gonna Knock You Out" by
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J. Yeah, so he's like, it's scary.
I'm gonna knock you
Yeah, and then Homer Simpson comes out to "Why Can't We Be Friends?"
That's a good one.
It's so good for a boxer to come out to.
I guess it's interesting too because you have the option. Like we would have the option of really anything, but a PGA Tour player, they can't.
Oh yeah, they can't do anything obscene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad. It would be like, oh man,
I couldn't even imagine walkout music for golf though. Like I'm surprised that you brought that up. I didn't know that they did that. That's
like
kind of
their
cool.
claim to fame.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So,
Every tournament should have that one thing about it that sets it apart from everything else.
I mean, we go from green jacket to plaid jacket to walkout music.
yeah,
So we're on a good run.
we're got a good streak going.
What's like
here.
Valero's got the stupid ass bunker. Before
That's not enough of an aspect that sets
no.
it apart.
I mean,
from
you get
anything.
boots.
Oh, you get boots there. Yeah, that's kind of
So
cool.
that's their thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what was before that.
I don't know. Like you know how like the WG or the Waste Management Phoenix Open has stadium seating. They're
that's
on
awesome.
16. Like so that sets it apart.
Mhm.
There's just like little things
Yeah.
that
You kind of have to have that.
to establish yourself.
Yeah.
Like the Safeway Open that Stuart Sink apparently won earlier this year that we had no idea about.
We had
What the hell sets that apart from anything else?
I don't know.
And there might be that thing that I can't think of right now. But
Lifetime supply of groceries? Isn't Safeway
a grocer?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. I was just making that
I
up.
bet it's insurance. Everything is insurance related in golf.
Yeah. That's why they're not losing their money.
Oh yeah,
It's all financial people.
yeah, exactly. It's
They won't let them lose their money.
yeah. When we have our scramble tour,
Yeah.
we're not going to have any of that shit.
We're having music on every hole.
Yeah.
All day. Every day.
Blasting. Yeah, blasting.
Speakers all over the place. I wonder if you could like Bluetooth your phone all the way to it.
Oh,
Like
probably
all the way through.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
As you're driving through, there's just speakers and they're connecting, and so your music's just playing on the hole as you drive through it.
Yeah, that sounds doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once our tour's up, that's how we're doing it.
Right. Yeah. We'll.
All right. So, how do you think they pick the teams?
I think the players just pick each other. They're
Well, the defending champ is John Rahm and Ryan Palmer, which I mean, maybe they're buds.
maybe they're friends. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Like
Morikawa and Wolf, that makes sense. I think enough sense.
Yeah, like I noticed Kirdak Epi Barnrat and Arjon Atwal are playing together. Like that wasn't random.
Who? I mean, yeah, I guess.
And like it's not that one actually. They are next to each other alphabetically. So you could like if it was done by alphabetically, that
They were like standing in line at the PGA Tour store,
yeah, they were
like getting their cards and like, hey, how you doing, bud? Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing next weekend? You want to play the Zurich? Yeah, yeah.
They're going to collect their checks at the PGA bank. Is that what they do?
No,
Is that where you collect checks?
I don't know. Happy Gilmore got all the big ones. Give me a big one like that guy.
So we're just gonna go right to it. Who's your pick?
I'm going with Tony Finau, Cameron Champ.
All right. And I was surprised you didn't go Kokrak, Packer, Perez.
I didn't look at the entire list. Once I saw Champ and Finau, I stopped
That's
looking.
a really good pick.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I decided I'm not looking at anything else once I saw them. I'm like,
Pat Perez
that's our winner.
Would be the perfect partner for this event for walkout music.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think that'd be. I think him and I would get along in our musical choices. Although
Yeah.
I feel like secretly, not even secretly, I feel like he might go country.
Yeah, he could.
I don't know, and I don't know Jason Kokrak very well, but that might be a country song coming out of those two.
Oh, I listened to such a good country album last night twice.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you shouldn't be. It's the only country album I know, but it's in fact the best country album.
Do you have friends in low places?
No. This was a Ween album.
Oh, that doesn't count.
12 Golden Country Greats. It is.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
It absolutely counts.
No.
It's a country album.
Yeah, but it's not.
They're not a country band.
There you go.
But
That's why it doesn't count.
It's so funny that they put out a country album too.
I'm not counting that.
It's so good too.
Nope.
It's amazing. I should recommend it to my brother because he likes country.
I'm torn. I'm gonna do it. I'm going Bubba Watson, Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, that's not a bad pick.
I don't think so, but awesome combo. Rocco Mediate and Woody Austin.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
What the hell are they gonna walk out to?
I don't know. We're probably not going to find out either.
I don't know. I have the NBC Sports package thingy on my iPad.
Okay, yeah, but they're not going to be a featured group.
Maybe I'll
They're
get
not
lucky.
You're not.
Maybe
going
I'll
to.
get
They're
lucky.
not going to play that. They're not going to.
Just once. I mean, there's a lot of people that I
I
feel like.
there's a ton of names on there that I was like, what? Like, where have you been, or who the
Yeah.
hell are you, or like a lot of that stuff, So
Yeah, I know. Who was it? Hunter Mahan's on here. I forget who he's playing with, but Sung Kang, KJ Choi. I mean, it's got to be tough if you play well last weekend, and then your partner is one of the worst scorers.
Oh, sure.
Because I know Nick Watney's playing it next week.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, bud, pick it up. We need you here. Oh, he's playing with Charlie Hoffman.
Oh, cool.
I mean, what are they going to do with alternate shot? Nick, just tap the ball. Just don't even hit it. You're going to hit it into the water. I know, we're safer.
Well, he can come back and have a decent week. Yeah.
I know. But Hoffman's had a little bit of a break. So is he going to come out hot or is he going to come out a little rusty?
Well, he had some success at the Valero, right?
Yeah, but not enough success to get into the Masters.
Right, so.
And then I don't think he played last week. I don't know. Oh, you know who else is playing? Harry Higgs and Doc Redman.
Are they playing together?
No. They just happen to be right next to each other. But Harry Higgs is playing with Michael Gellerman.
Okay. Well,
Back to the first episode. Michael Geller.
And that was Michael Greller.
I know. That was Greller, but Geller is
Gellerman, yeah?
Yeah, Gellerman.
Oh, how about that?
And I was like, that's
cool. Like, that's one of those guys I've never heard about that person before. There's, a substantial portion in the field that I've never heard of.
Yes.
And that's why I'm just going Finau champ. Done deal.
That's a good, really solid pick.
It's such a solid pick. I think they might win it. That's why I'm picking them.
Yeah. And my pick was actually the next in line is Watson Scheffler. Although Morikawa and Wolf could be dangerous.
Sure. Oh, definitely. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right.
But let's put some money on your pick this time too, because
I'm on fire.
You're on fire.
But what do you put it like? Top 10?
Just top 10s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From here on out, just everything you pick.
The funny thing is, I don't put any money on it. I've never put any money on any of these picks.
Yeah, right, exactly. And nor have I, but I want to start because they've been solid thus far.
Yeah. We got to find a spot that we're like, hey, this is where we go.
Yeah.
This is where we go to place bets. Because I don't know.
That's right. Come get rich with us.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, we're going to turn our 4 cents into our $4. Who knows?
Maybe 40 one day.
Yeah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I know. Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see. We'll hear from you next time, or you'll hear from us. We'll
be
here.
Well, we won't hear from you at all.
But yeah, send us something in. Tell us what you want to hear about.
Yeah, we need questions.
Yeah,
we'll give answers. Peace.
See you. I think I realized last week when I was looking at the notes during, it messed with me a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I like getting the briefing myself beforehand, but then I figured if I was checking on it the whole time, it would get me off.
Oh yeah, I could turn this off. Let's see. See what it looks like. See what it sounds like. See what it looks like. Oh, that sounds. See what it sounds like. Yeah, that's good. I think that's better.
Yeah.
And I think also right in the beginning you went pretty high, so I was like doop de doo, turn it down because I was like I don't want it to be too quiet. Ha. Alright, let me turn this off.